Alright, hello guys. This is Michael. I'm going to walk you through how to use the Admincity Talent Element site. Okay, so if you're a new trainee or learner, what you need is an internet browser, any of them. Alright, so I'm going to use Microsoft Edge, and then just go to Google homepage. Alright, once you are here, type in admincity.talentlms. LMS. Talentlms. Once you hit this, the URL is actually admincity.talentlms.com. Okay. Okay. Nice. So this is the platform that we'll be using to train. That means we have all the documents here. We have all our training materials hosted here. But to get access to it, you first have to sign up. Okay. And there's the sign up process. Just hit on sign up. Enter your first name. Enter your last name. So my first name is Michael. Enter your last name. Okay. Enter a valid email address. Okay. A working email address actually too. That's your Okay. Another thing is that you'd have to enter a username. So you can use this, the first part of the email as a username, or you can type in anything at all you want. So, but if the username is used on the platform, you would have to use a different one. Okay. Then you create a password for yourself. So now your date of birth. Okay. Select your gender. Male, female. Your telephone number is equally important. Your nationality. Town. Your residential address. Okay, so Newton. TB 001. You can enter just this ones are not uh, compulsory. That means you can skip them. Alright, the most important parts you can't do without them. For instance, selecting your course of study. If you are doing fiber optics, select fiber optics. If you are doing CTNS, you select CTNS, and then the session you are taking. It's a morning class, afternoon class, and a weekend class. Alright. Once it's done, you hit on create account, and when the account is created, you'd have to wait for the administrator to activate your account before you can actually sign in and get access to the materials. Okay, that has to do with the signing up. So if the account is activated, now you need to sign in. Okay, so I'm gonna sign in here. It's my username and then the password. Okay, as you can see, it says I'm an administrator. Okay, because I'm an instructor at admin. Okay, but if you sign in, you're not going to see this interface. What you will see is this. You are a learner, so you see all the available resources, the training materials here, on the training materials here. Alright, so yes, you can click here and then edit your information, my information, change stuff, add your picture. Okay, so this is going to be the official platform where we'll be training, where we'll get our materials for the training. Okay, if you want to check messages, just come to messages. If you want to send messages to the instructor, this is where you do that. Okay, so let's go through the zeros. All right, so If you want it arranged this way too as well, you can change that instead of seeing the pictures. All right, so let's say for instance you're training on CompTIA networking and plus, okay, and then the units are activated for you. So your instructor is going to tell you when the materials are available. Once the materials are available, if you log in, you're going to have this. As you can see, it says completed. All right, that means I've completed this training. Okay, so I'm going to use this as another example. All right, so it says start or resume course. Okay, once you have this, it says the first one you can click on resume course. You should click on resume course. All right, so since I'm done reading, it's asking me to take the test exams, which I don't want to do now. So I want to revisit the learning material. If it's the first time you've seen the learning materials, okay, the LO starting from learning outcomes. All right, so this is the material that is available. You have to read everything, make sure you understand it before you take the test exams. All right, so with the preamble, it says you're welcome to the first unit. In this unit, you'll be expected to demonstrate knowledge in OSI models. Yeah. So you have to scroll them, read them. You can actually download the documents and read too as well. Okay. So once you are done with the learning outcomes, and as you can see, the learning outcomes are three. You can't start from two or three. You have to start from one, complete it, move on to the next one, move on to the next learning outcome. The second, the third, if there are five of them, you have to finish all five before you can move on to another course. Okay. So once you are done reading, there's an assessment to test if you truly understand what you've read. Okay. All right. So example is the OSI model consists of how many layers of dash dash layers. All right. So if it's 7 layers, yeah, you know that you're on the right path. Right. Again, once you're done, just scroll down, bring this guy down here, and hit on complete. Let's continue. Okay. So once you complete it, it takes you to the next learning outcome, which is LO2. Again, you read through, make sure you understand them. If you have questions, you can send to your instructor. All right, so once you're done, again, you can test your knowledge on the assessment. Again, when you're done, you go to complete. Let's continue. All right, so we're on the 10 learning outcome for this particular unit. All right, so again, you read through. The materials are always going to be available on the platform. Take your time and read through. You don't have to rush it. Once you are done understanding all of it, scroll down again and complete. Okay, so because I'm done with all the learning outcomes, now I have to test myself on the questions on the platform. Right, so you hit on test, start test. Some of the tests has passwords to it. Other tests too, you'd have to take a picture of yourself before you start the test. And this particular one doesn't ask for that. So it says the first question says layer 5 in the OSI model is there. So you're supposed to tell us if it's transport layer, you click on transport layer. If it's session layer, click on session layer. If it's application layer, click on application layer. If it's fiscal, you click on fiscal layer. Okay. So if let's say for instance it's just a session, click on session, you go to submit and continue. Okay. And as you can see here, minimize this a little. Okay. The questions, some of the questions have time, all right, time limit. So once you're answering the questions, if you're bound, you can't spend all day answering these questions. Okay. So you say 2 of 2, 2 out of 10. So I still have 8 questions to go. Okay. So when you are done, there's a second question. It says the Dutch layer is responsible for addressing and routing data. So if the transport layer, if it's the Network layer, if it's a data link layer, you just select it. Okay, once you select it, hit on the next. All right, so you get to the last, and when you're done, you submit. It's gonna mark you, give you, give you your score. Then you move on to the next unit. Okay. All right. So thank you for watching this video. Share the video with your colleagues who are still having challenges with our online platform. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna log out from here. Okay. Now I'm back.